Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the topics of today. One of the first topics we want to talk about is the new GTA trailer going to Netflix. I have mixed feelings about this, and it's not all of what people think, right? I saw Jason from Bloomberg talking about this, and he was saying that how it's not big, it's not a big deal. They're only going to have the exclusive trailer for like 6 hours, then it's going to go on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. I want to say some people have likened it to when uh, not Game Informer, IGN will get an exclusive trailer or exclusive hands-on or whatever, and it'll be all over their website, and that's the only place you can get that information. The difference, though, with this, while I understand him saying it's not that big of a deal, you don't have to subscribe to see it, and on and on. I do feel like this sets a precedence for certain things, and not necessarily for subscribers. Everyone's like, "Oh, they're trying to get you to subscribe." No, um, GTA is such a big thing. It's almost like when they were doing the actually I think it is when they were doing the live television shows or the boxing matches or when they brought WWE on there. Initially it's not for that. Initially it's a test bed. So before we had the football games, the NFL football games on there, we had some other stuff that was live. They just wanted to see how it goes, test the water, right? And in this sense, they're not looking for and this is all assumption. They're not looking for subscribers. They're looking for how many eyes hit this trailer before it hits YouTube. They want to see for 6 hours how many people can be glued to this. The reason being is that they can then charge for this. I believe Netflix, I don't know if this was a partnership that was like mutual. In my brain, I'm thinking Netflix is like, hey, this is the biggest thing ever. We're also dabbling in video games. So how about we get GTA on Netflix and we have GTA and Netflix in the same title, right? How many eyes can we get? We could take that data and send it out. And then that data will go to other publishers or other, not even just publishers, but, maybe film studios or whatever the case may be, and be like, hey, big thing happened. We had all these eyes on Netflix, and it didn't have to be exclusive forever. It was like a limited time. And that, whatever the data they get back from that is going to determine what they do next. And I think the next thing might be an issue, not right now. Because I agree with Jason in the sense that I can wait 6 hours. Like I have Netflix, but if I didn't, I'm not subscribing for a GTA trailer. It's just not happening. Like,
Trailer.
and people don't need the GTA trailer. It's broken records in terms of how many people have are pre-ordering it already. No trailer. You know what I mean? And so you don't need Netflix for this. I think this is just for Netflix to get as much data as possible for the people who are already subscribed. Mm-hmm. What do they want to look at? What are the age brackets and all this information, and then sell it. And I think eventually that could lead to something negative, where you are behind a locked fence, if you will, in terms of content. That's not directly owned by Netflix already. You know what I mean? But what are you guys' thoughts? I know I sent it, over to you guys, and it's been a hot topic for however long. But how do you guys feel about the GTA 6 trailer exclusive on Netflix? Tess.
I have no feelings.
All right. And that was Tess. Romeo.
I have feelings on it. I think it sets a bad precedent. I, like you mentioned, they moved WWE over to Netflix. I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so I have Netflix, but I was already going to watch it again because WWE is on it. When WWE moved to Netflix, you could see there was a shift. There was a change in things. There was more advertisements. There was more marketing. There was a lot more change of the product, and it started slowly. Slowly with the special events, and then there's just so many commercials. There's just so many advertisements. There's adverts within the actual show. I already had a bad taste in my mouth with GTA because you're putting a game out here and we don't know much about the game, right? I understand that on Netflix it's just going to be 6 hours. It's just going to be 6 hours. But like you were saying, Kenny, this is just a testing bit. They want to see what buttons they can push, how many eyes they can get on that particular product for the next move. I already, if you've seen me talk about GTA 6, you know I think it's insane the things that this game is doing and the marketing trends that are going on, because you have people willing to pay $80 to $100 for a game they haven't even seen gameplay on.
Right.
We haven't seen gameplay on the game. What have you seen? You've seen a cinematic trailer like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago of what could be in the game.
Right.
You've seen a copy of the cover of the actual game, but there's not going to be a disc. You have the pretty title, but there's no disc in the box. It's insane to me. The things that Rockstar is getting away with. I understand. I love the games that they have produced in the past, but that doesn't mean that this game is going to be good right now when it comes out. And it sets such a dangerous precedent for other companies, because if people are willing to pay $80 to $100 an actual utility bill on a game and they've seen nothing on it, what precedent does this set for EA, Take-Two, for all these other gaming companies? Oh, Rockstar did that. Y'all were okay with that. Y'all pre-ordered it. We saw it. It did record numbers. You saw nothing on it and you bought the game. We can do that too. And I think
EA
that's
don't need no influencing. They're already doing what they're doing.
EA is bought, unfortunately. I mean, I agree to an extent, and it really kind of comes down to what happens with Netflix, because I think Rockstar gets away with a lot of stuff because Rockstar's pedigree, similarly to Naughty Dog and a couple other legacy studios, because we've seen this with like a new game, and granted we'll have more visuals for it, but we'll see a new game drop from an older legacy developer, and they'll have collector's edition, right? And it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, this is part 1 of a series. Like, it's not like part 5 where I'm like, oh, part 1 through 4 were great, so I'm gonna get the collector's edition of the final. It's like, no, we're making a brand new game. It's kind of like if Game Freak does the Pokemon games. They just released a new game not too long ago, and if they're like, I think there is a collector's edition. I think, but if they were to release a collector's edition and be like, hey, come get this, I've seen people buy those things. I used to work at GameStop. They'll buy them. And I'm like, you don't know anything about this game. Like, why are you spending? I think the difference, though, is the scale. GTA, it's a ridiculous amount of people who pre-ordered it with no information. And while I think it's going to be a good game because it's Rockstar and how long they've been developing it, it's still like, wow, like, you haven't seen anything? Like, nothing? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it's interesting. I'm not necessarily worried, but I'm also like, it makes me not feel great. And this is along the lines of all the announcements that's been coming as of late, where we're getting rid of physical discs and PlayStation taking people's films away, and the price of games going up, and it's like, then RAM going up and all this other stuff. So all this combined, that is what I'm kind of worried about in a nutshell. Like, gaming is going to get to the point where, and it's already a luxury thing to do, where it's like only rich people, you might buy one game a year. I'll be back to like before I was in college, where I can only buy one game a year. That's what it's going to be like. Shout out to rental services if they come back, because good grief, it's going to be nuts. But yeah, I don't think people should necessarily burn down Netflix. It's a smart business move for Netflix, I think. Consumer wise, if you're a part of if you're in that circle, whatever, wait six hours or whatever the case may be. But I'm just hoping the wrong lessons aren't learned from this. I don't have much hope in that regard, but I'm just hoping kinda that it doesn't do that, but whatever.